morning. Hey, everybody. So I'm Deanne Hammond here, affectionately known as Sue Ham Baby. It is Thursday morning, December 5th. Yeah, it's December 5th. Welcome to Coffee Chat. I'm so glad to have you guys here, whether you're watching it live or you're watching it on the replay. This is going to be a short and brief one. It's all about setting goals and working to achieve those goals. I know a lot of times we're pretty good with number one, right? Step number one, which is setting goals. But how many of us actually take the consistent steps to achieve those goals? For example, you may have a goal of saving $5,000 for the next 12 months. Right? It's really great to write that down so that you can see it every day. I got a goal of saving $5,000 for the next 12 months. But what actionary steps are you taking to achieve those goals? Are you cutting your unnecessary expenses? Are you taking a look at your bank account to see where your money is going? You know, a lot of times we're always told, cut the expenses, cut your debts. But are you looking at ways that you can increase your income? That's just as important. Debts can only go to zero. Income is infinite. You can create as much income as you can provide value. So are you looking at ways to increase your income to meet your savings goal? So I cannot stress to you enough that it is not good enough to just write down your goals and stare at them all day and meditate on them. It's not good enough. You have got to put some effort into achieving those goals. So we have the faith. We're writing down the goals. We have the faith that we're going to achieve it. Now we must work to achieve it. Does that make sense? So when it comes to savings, you know, looking at what's important and what's not important, where your money is going, why your money is going there. Can you stop the money from going there? You know, can you save that money, or can you invest it into your business to help your money grow by increasing your income? Those things are very, very important. All right. So set the goal and work the goal. When it comes to credit, many of you have a desire to improve your credit. And I get that. That's a great thing. Matter of fact, I talk to people all the time who come to me and they're asking, hey, Sue, how can I make my credit better so that I can get a better loan to buy a home? And oftentimes it's simple things. Oftentimes people say, I got bad credit. And I'm like, what is your score? The next answer is, I don't know. So then I ask, well, how do you know you have bad credit? I just feel like I have bad credit. Here's the thing. You don't have to take this. This is not, guesswork is not required. No, you don't got to guess. There are so many different applications where you can go and pull your credit for free. If your goal is to better your credit, then the first step is to face it so you can fix it. And in order to face it, you have to know exactly what is on that credit report. Your goal might be to buy a car, but because you're inside this group buying and refinancing homes in South Carolina, my thinking is your goal is to either buy a primary home, a secondary home, or an investment home. And so if you're lacking as it pertains to credit, not knowing what your score is, not knowing what's on your report is not going to help you. In order to fix that, if your goal is to go higher, then you must first know what it is that you need to repair in order to go higher. So your first step is going to be to pull a credit report. Like I told you before, there's so many free resources out there. I personally recommend myfico.com. That's not free, but if you're looking to buy a home, the mortgage scores are what we're going to look at. You know, those typically are the scores that we're looking at to qualify you for a home. Myfico.com. Now, people say, that's $30, Sue. That's $30. You spend $30 at McDonald's. Is that helping you? No. And half the time you get the food is not good, so it's not even satisfying your hunger, your taste buds. So look at it that way. Are you not worth the investment? That should be one of your goals is that, I'm going to show myself that I'm worth the investment. Because if you put that as a goal, that I'm going to make myself worthy of the investment, I'm going to prove to myself that I'm worthy of the investment, then you will tend to take actions that benefit you instead of hurting you. Ooh, that's a tweetable right there. You'll tend to take actions that benefit you instead of actions that hurt you. So I've given you some things to do with savings, some things to do with credit, right? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about research, right? If one of your goals is to get better in your craft or to learn more about the home buying process, write that down. That's great. We want to see that every day. But what actionary step are you going to take? Here are some examples. If your goal is to get better at research, then why not get up 1 hour early every day? Well, everybody's in bed. Right now, everybody's in bed in my house, right? It's quiet, and I'm trying not to be too loud in my office. But why not get up an hour early? That might be 3:30, 4:30. That might be 6:30, 7:30. Get up an hour earlier, and do your research. Or stay up later at night while everybody's going to bed and do your research. That research might be something to better you with your finances, to better you with your credit, to help you to learn the home buying process so that you know how to assemble your team with a realtor and with a lender. You know the questions to ask. You know when something looks shady so that you can back off from it. You know that home inspections are important and what a home inspector should be looking at. You know what a termite inspection is for. You know what earnest money deposit is for. These terms don't begin to sound foreign to you. You have done your research and you are acclimated to the home buying process. If that is your goal, write it down. But your actionary step is to get off your behind and do something about it. Get up and do the research so that you can be educated. You don't have to know everything about a topic, but you dang on sure can know enough so that the process is not as confusing and people don't have to take you for a ride that is not conducive to your life. Okay? All right. If your thing is about finding out where's the best neighborhoods, then get out of your comfort zone, fuel up your car, and drive around these neighborhoods at night and look and see what's happening at night. Get on your computer and check out what residents in the area are saying. Again, this comes back to research and education. It's great to write the goals down. That's one step. That's step one. Meditate on it, sing kumbaya, everything you want to do. But at the end of the day, that's just the faith part, writing down the goals. The work part is another part of faith, in my opinion, but you're actually executing. I don't want to say executing. Sometimes executing sounds like dying. Well, maybe we could say killing the dream and making it a reality. I don't know. Living the dream. So writing it down is the first part, but working your behind to make it happen is the second part. And I'm going to be really, really honest with you. A lot of people tend to go into the new year with a bunch of goals. I'm no different. But if you are not writing the goals down and working to make these things happen, whether it's buying a new home, buying an investment home, buying a new car, getting your PhD, getting your associate's degree, getting a trades degree, relocating, having a better relationship with your children, having a better relationship with your money, having a better relationship with your body, eating healthier. I'm talking to myself right now, if you are not realistic with yourself and if you don't write these things down and if you don't take consistent action, let me throw that word out there. If you've been following me for years, you'll know that I used to always say consistency rules. Consistency rules. And the reason why consistency rules is it gives you compound interest on the effort that you put out. So eventually you're going to see a win. Les Brown says that life may beat you up, but if you keep getting up and showing up, life is eventually going to let you win because life is going to understand that you're not a quitter. You believe in what you're fighting for, and eventually life is going to back up off you and you're going to win. And I'm a firm believer in that because I've been through the ringer quite a few times. So you have to take consistent action. You have to take consistent action. And I know how tempting it is to be able to get off course and just say, I'm not going to do it, man. I'm going to just take one day off. That one day turns into 2 days. That 2 days turns into a week. That week turns into 3 weeks. That 3 weeks turns into 3 months. And then you look at yourself and 12 months have gone by because the time is going to fly. The time is going to go by. As long as you're not dead, the time is going to go by. So, and then you look and you're like, man, I just wasted that time, and then you start to feel guilty. But here's the thing I want to help to eradicate from your life and my life. I don't want us to look back 6 months from now, 12 months from now, and feel guilty that we didn't accomplish those things that we wrote down. It's simply because we did not take consistent action. I want us to hold each other accountable. So I want you to write your goals down today. It's not going to take you that long. Write the top 3 things that you want to get done for the next 12 months. And then I want you to write down the actionable items that you're going to take to accomplish those things. For me, I want to help 60 people get into homes, refinance their homes, or buy investment homes or refinance their investment homes over the next 12 months. 60 people. So on average of 12 months, that's 5 people a month. It doesn't matter how it shakes down to me, right? Doesn't matter how it shakes down. I just want to help 60 people. Do you know, like that's like humongous to me. And I'm going to start right now by asking you guys to help me. You can help me achieve that goal by sharing the videos, sharing the insightful information that I post, whether it's in this group or on my pages. That helps me to accomplish my goal. Coming here and being consistent with coffee chats, giving you information to help you achieve your goal of home ownership or investment properties. That helps me to achieve my goal while helping you to achieve your goal. As I've said before, home ownership does not have to be challenging. When one is prepared, one can make some stuff. When the opportunity presents itself, one can make it happen. If you are prepared, when the opportunity presents itself, you can make it happen. Many give up on home ownership and just settle for renting because they think it's the hardest thing in the world, when it's absolutely not. Make one of your goals to do research, to educate yourself, and to better put yourself in a position to better yourself to accomplish the things that you want. When I wanted to write stage plays and produce stage plays, YouTube wasn't around, so there was nothing I could learn from. There weren't any books that I knew about that I could read. So what I did was I started going to professional stage plays that were like an hour and a half, 2 hours away from me, going and watching those shows, sitting in the audience and studying how they opened up the shows on time, looked at how they did their sets, looked at the actors, how they turned, how they moved, how their voices rose, the pitch went here. I studied the storyline, how they opened up the story. Before they went to intermission, what happens? Did they leave me on a cliffhanger or did they just go bland? When they came back from intermission, intermission, was it on time? Was it only 10 minutes, 15 minutes? When they came back from intermission, where did they pick up? How did I feel? Was there another, in the second half? And did they close the storyline at the end? Did I want more? Did I feel fulfilled? Did I feel like I had a great night of entertainment? Those are the things that I did because I had a goal of writing and producing a stage play. I didn't let the excuses of, hey, there's nothing here on YouTube, because YouTube didn't exist at the time when I started. I didn't use the excuses of there's nobody here to walk me through it. I don't know of any books that could tell me how to actually put on a show. I actually did the research and educated myself by going to these shows, driving an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours away to study the greats so that I could eventually be great at what I wanted to do. So I said all that long spiel, right? To say that when you want something bad enough, you will freaking find a way. Let's repeat that. When you want something bad enough, you will freaking find a way. And I'm speaking to myself because that's what my healthy eating and losing some pounds, not losing pounds, but releasing some pounds, because I don't want to find the pounds again. I'm speaking to myself as well. So I have to find a way, and I got to be consistent. That's been my issue. Consistency compounds. If you continue to, for savings, if you continue to put $100 away a month and you're putting it into something that's kicking you off interest, guess what? Your money is going to compound. It's going to grow. And if you continue to do that, you're going to look up and you're probably going to exceed your goal. So for me, I want to educate and help as many people as I can to become homeowners and investors so that they can change the trajectory of their lives. And so the more I do these coffee chats, the more I do my blog posts, the more I do videos on all my social media channels, the more I get to come out and speak to people. Yes, I'm available to speak to people. Do homebuyer workshops. The more I send newsletters, the more I go to events, the more I write books, the more I tell people about what I do, the more you help me tell people what I do, the more I can accomplish my goal. Same thing applies to you. Same thing applies to you. The thing is, we got to write it out. We got to believe it. We got to meditate on it. And we got to go do something about it. You'll hear me quote this many times because it's etched into my brain, into my heart, my mind, my soul. Reverend Ike says, first work your mind, then your behind. Come on, somebody. That is the way to achieve success, in my humble opinion. Work your mind, then your behind. So, guys, I just want to say that whatever it is that you want to achieve in the next 30 days, 6 months, 12 months, it's definitely achievable. Write it out, believe it, meditate on it, and get up off your behind and go do something about it. My name is Solandia Hammond, a.k.a. Sue Ham, baby, with loanswithsueham.com, powered by Edge Home Finance. My NMLS number is 251-9087. I hope that you'll share this video, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday for our next coffee chat. Stay tuned.